Bukayo Saka, and it's time for player ratings. We'll run through it. We're starting with, as always, David Raya in goal. It did end up conceding. He'd be furious, I reckon, with that, even though it wasn't his fault.
He'll be furious with the defenders because he did his job. He hit a big deflection. He couldn't do nothing with a goal. And apart from that, he had a decent game. I'm going to give him. He pulled off a decent save earlier on as well. I'm giving him a 7.
Yeah, and you mentioned in your thing that Muniz miss.
Oh my God, how did he miss that? I couldn't believe it when he missed that.
I was in.
But that was a warning sign for the defenders.
Yeah, and then they scored. Yeah, it's a good point. And then they scored. Let's go to right back, Timber.
I thought he had a good game. Obviously he went down a couple of times with injury. A bit worried, man, about that injury. Let's hope that he's fine for that Real Madrid game because he's absolutely essential. But I'm going to give him a 7.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Good rating. Let's go to William Saliba, Robbie.
Saliba was all right. When Gabriel came off, he weren't quite, maybe it affected him a bit, he wasn't as solid. There was a couple of long balls that came over where he kind of lost the flight of it a little bit. I'll probably 6 today.
Okay.
I thought just, a little bit...
Yeah.
After the Gabriel injury, maybe it's that partnership is so key, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he had a headed chance as well.
Yeah.
He didn't convert.
Yeah,
he slipped over a few times. All right, let's go to the man who actually you mentioned this day had to leave the field due to looking like a hamstring injury. Gabriel Magalhaes.
We'll give him a standard 5. Up until then, he came off very early in the game, and let's hope he's all right because he's such a key player for Arsenal. Brilliant defender. He's been our best defender this season. Leadership qualities. If he's out for the Real Madrid game, it's a massive, massive blow. It really is. You get Saka back and then he's out. It's so unfortunate. Let's just hope and pray that it's nothing too serious, but he didn't look good.
Yeah, injury to key players is starting to become a regular story for us.
It's a theme of our season, unfortunately.
Let's go to left back. I thought was actually having a really good game, but then, like the fans said online, faults and naivety from Mars Lewis Skelly.
Having an absolutely outstanding game, solid, brilliant. Kept, Traore, all these players super quiet, kind of ruined it right at the end by, I don't know what he was doing, just sit down and just relax,
See out
That's
the game.
youth, innit? Yeah, youth, I didn't give him a 6 only because he got caught out twice. Yeah. It was the Muniz one, and he should have really learned. And then after that, he kind of got caught out again, too far out the pitch. I just thought the whole defence as a whole there, just relax a bit, see the game out. It's 2-0, it's a quite comfortable win. Made it nervy. They got that corner right at the end. Anything can happen from those sort of situations. So I'll give him a 6, but it would have been 7 going on 8 if it had not been right for at the end.
Which I think is a fair assessment. Let's go into midfield. Thomas Partey, Robbie.
I thought he was excellent today.
Yeah,
really good.
Really
anchored the midfield.
Really good.
There was one time when he made a brilliant tackle. Showed good. He looked really sharp today.
Yeah.
Very good to see. I know he had a good international break. He scored a couple of goals for Ghana, and he's going to be key in the game against Real Madrid. Another player that we've got to make sure we keep fit. But I thought he had a good game today. I'm going to give him an 8.
I know, great score there for Thomas Partey. I know we've said this previously, but is it still the same for you? Thomas Partey, the best midfielder for Arsenal this season?
So far this season, I think he has been.
Yes, it is,
yeah.
Okay, out of the 3. Okay, fair. Let's go into the further forward. Go to Declan Rice.
Declan Rice today, I'll give him a 7. He mopped up and did everything all right without being super spectacular today, but consistent as usual, 7.
He went under the radar, but he done well. Yeah. I didn't see anything bad.
He was solid.
Martin Odegaard.
Martin Odegaard had a bit of a quiet game today, he missed a sitter. The ball was that. Well, listen, I'm far from that, but it looked like it was cut back to him and he just blazed it over the bar. I don't know what's happened to his shooting this season. His shooting boots are just gone amiss. Yeah. I'll probably give him a 6 today. He's a little bit of a quiet one. We're going to need him on it for that Real Madrid game. He's got to be on it, I think he'll play a lot better in that game. And I think as well, mitigation for a lot of players is, I said it in my interview, I noticed that a lot of players that have come back after this international break ain't been quite on it. I noticed it in those FA Cup games on the weekend. I noticed again today with a few players, and maybe he was one of them. He's away with Norway. But he's going to have to be better next week, but I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, he needs to definitely up his level when it comes to the up-and-coming games coming up.
Yeah,
let's go to a right wing, Ethan Nwaneri.
I thought Ranieri, you know what I mean, was good. They were obviously doubling them up. You know what I mean? They know how much of fair he is. We had a lovely little volley in the first half, which he could have scored from. Good save by Leno. He did all right. I'm going to give him a 7.
And the man that you keep talking about and keep backing, our striker, Mika Marino.
Well, listen, let's big up this guy, man. You know what I mean? Like, so many people slander this guy. He's not a striker, we know that.
Yeah.
He's been asked to play a position and he's stepped up. Right? In anything in life, when you're asked, especially when it's not your position, and a manager comes and say, yo, listen, we got a problem here, man.
One of the hardest positions as well to play
is
as
out,
well.
Jesus is out. I know you've never played as a striker, but come on, come and help us out. Not only has he stepped up, he's scoring goals every week. He scored against Chelsea.
Yeah.
He scored again tonight. He scored when we were not looking like we were going to score against Leicester. 2 goals.
Yeah.
He scored the other on international duty. They're 2-1 down Spain. He scores the equaliser.
2 against PSV.
You know, he scored 2 goals against PSV. He's scoring big goals. Since he's come in, his goal scoring record is a record of a striker. He's doing excellent. And I think he had didn't he have an assist?
Yeah, 6 goals and 1 assist in the league.
Didn't he have an assist tonight? Who did the flick? Who did the flick?
No, Martinelli flicked onto Saka. Who are you talking about? The first? Yeah, it is. Yeah, Martinelli flicked onto
Martinelli
Saka.
flicked onto Saka.
Yeah.
But listen,
Unbelievable flick, by the way.
it was. But I thought today he was good again today. And then he dropped into midfield later on.
Yeah, he done all right in the midfield as well.
Yeah, he did all right. I'm going to give him an 8.
Yeah.
I thought he played really well today, and I think he's going to be important against Real Madrid because, as I said, he's played against Madrid on many occasions. He'll know them. He's a Spanish international. We know a lot of them players. I think he's going to be a very important player in those 2 legs.
Yeah, you've always been a man to back Mika Marino. I mean, you talk about when he first arrived, fans were getting on his back, and you said back in the day, if there's legends some of the legends at the club, if we were around, they'd be cussing them when they arrived.
Let's remember the guy played right up to the final of the Euros, right? So had no rest, no pre-season, then comes in at Arsenal, you know, damages his shoulder, straight away he's out. I mean, and then people are, oh, look, he's too slow. Oh, he's not even giving him a chance. Give the guy a chance. You know what I mean? And I think he's delivering at the moment.
Yeah, I think he is. Fair. Let's go to left wing, who we did a poll in the chat on this watch long, and he got man of the match. Gabriel Martinelli.
I give Marino 8. I'm going to give Martinelli a 9. I thought he was brilliant today. Everything that he's been criticised for this season, he delivered on. Like, he absolutely roasted and cooked and put him in an air fryer, man. He put Castagna in an air fryer, bro. I'm telling you, he absolutely destroyed him. Whether he came inside, outside, the pace he showed today, the crosses were good. You know what I mean? He was superb today. Good. Absolutely electric. They just couldn't live with him. You know, I thought, you know, I was looking at the start of the game and I saw Traore for them and I was thinking, ooh, he's going to give us a hard time, which we shackled him. But Martinelli showed Traore what to do today. He was absolutely electric. And my man of the match today, 9 out of 10. And we want to see that from Martinelli next week against Real Madrid. Well, if we can see him do that on one wing and Saka can do the business on the other wing, we could be in business.
We're in for a chance. There's a chance. Let's go to the subs. Let's start with Trossard.
Trossard came on, did all right. 5, standard 5 for me.
Kivior.
I thought Kivior did all right.
He
did all right. You know what I mean? Listen, he's not Gabriel, but he came in and he did okay. So 7.
And the return of Bukayo Saka.
Well, you know, listen, you got to give him an 8. You know what I mean? He comes on in his debut. He scores a goal. It weren't just the goals. It's some of the passing he did, the crossings.
It's like he's
you know what I mean? Yeah, he looked strong. He was still doing the little swivels away and stuff like that. I was really impressed with him for the little amount of time he was back on. He looked super strong. You know what I mean? And he looked sharp. You know what I mean? And that is a good sign. And he scored a goal.
The feeling when he scored, like for you, because it feels like watching the sun.
Unbelievable. Yeah. It was. The cheers that he was getting just warming up. You know, I said it last week, innit? I said that, you know, when that was announced that he's coming back, I go, just imagine him warming up. And that's exactly how it was.
Was it crazy? It was loud, yeah?
It was loud, man. Him warming up, he was getting cheers. When he came onto the pitch, the place was on fire. Big up to Bukayo Saka. Great to have him back. And we're going to need him against Real Madrid for sure.
Referee
was all right. I thought he did all right. You know what I mean? There were some people saying when Gabriel went down, why did you stop the game? I thought he did the right thing by not stopping it, because
we
was in possession of the ball and we didn't kick it out, and then they won it back. You couldn't blame Fulham for not putting it out either.
We were saying that.
I thought the referee had a good game. I'm going to give him an 8.
Yeah, fair.
Did all right.
The manager today getting it. Yeah, did he get it right?
Yeah, he's done it right. You know what I mean? He's brought on Gabriel at the right time. You know what I mean? He'd be very, well, you could see from him, he was absolutely...
Brought on Saka at the right time. Do you mean Saka?
Yeah, he brought on Saka at the right time. Yeah. He was absolutely furious with the team at the end for conceding, and I can see why. They were very unprofessional at the end by just thinking that let's go and get 3-4, see the game out. But apart from that, you know what I mean, manager's got the job done today. Brought Saka back in, assimilated him back in, and Saka scored. Give him an 8.
And the fans today, Robbie?
Yeah, fans were good. Listen, the game could have been... it was helped by the whole Saka factor.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I think the first half must have been a bit flat. But...
You know what I mean? But, I think the fans can't wait for Real Madrid next week, and give the fans an 8 today.
All right, well, that's it. That's it for the player ratings. We haven't really rushed through, but it's very cold, so we're gonna.
It's good to be back at the Emirates. It seems like we haven't been here for ages. You know what I mean? Like the last 2 weekends, no games.
Yeah, Chelsea game feels so long ago.
It does. It seemed really long ago. But listen, it's about just finishing off the season strong, winning our games, as many games in the Premier League as we can till the end of the season. Try and win them all.
Yeah.
And then next week, Tuesday, the big one.
It's the next game here.
Arsenal versus Real Madrid. This place is going to be on fire, right? And the little chilli is back, man. And it's good to see him back, man. And, you know, we got a chance in that game. Don't write us off, man. Everyone who keeps writing us off,
and Robbie,
we got a chance.
Is it good to get the Hollywood, remember who made you? Forget Will Smith. Remember who made you.
Go on, Robbie.
Will Smith here next week?
Oh, I might have to give him a little text. That is it for the player ratings. Like Robbie said, next game here will be Real Madrid. But obviously, we've got Everton this weekend, so stay tuned to all the AFTV build-up into that game. Like the video on your way out, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.